इसमें हम लोग विचार में निकालते हैं। देखो भक्ति जो हम लोग विचार प्रवेश करते हैं, भक्ति के कई स्तर होते हैं, स्टेज होते हैं। जैसे भक्ति के श्रद्धा से लेकर के प्रेम ऑफ स्टेज बना श्रद्धा साधु संभव भजन क्रिया मनोरथ निवृत्ति निष्ठा रुचि आसक्ति भाव और प्रेम, ये समस्त दिखा है। इसमें भी अनेकों प्रकार के सूक्ष्माति सूक्ष्म कार्य हैं। जैसे श्रद्धा से जुड़ना एक होता है, श्रद्धा होता है, और एक परमार्थिक वर्ड में भी इसका है। अच्छा एक
oh, that person is old and looks like he's doing some bhajan, he's chanting holy names. Hare Krishna sound in Facebook is okay. Hare Krishna sound in Facebook coming nicely. English translation. Okay, so first we have some mountain faith. Oh, he looks like old man with experience, he's doing his bhajan, so you have some orderly faith in the sadhu. Then Paramarthika Shraddha, you're trying to enter your spiritual life. What is Paramarthika Shraddha? You see how can you develop your bhajan and sadhana? Then you're trying to develop your bhajan and sadhana. This is the spiritual faith. They need to go to the Shastriya Siddhantas, the conclusions of the scriptures. Some people have Kamal Shraddha, means soft faith. What is soft faith? Like when some problem comes in your life, then you give up your spiritual life. This is this soft faith. Generally, this happens with the most of people. But when you have this didata, is firm, then you'll never give up your sadhana and bhajan. Like suppose your business is going well, then you're serving the deity, but suddenly your business, they go down, like not going well, then also you stop having faith in the deity. Where are you going? You're saying it's good? So this is called kanishta. sadachar.How explains. That person who has this soft faith is called kanishta. Because these conceptions of the Vaishnavas, all these conceptions depends on this Shraddha. What is Shraddha? Everything depends on the faith. If I do Krishna Bhakti, everything is already done by me. I don't need to do anything else. This is to have this firm faith. If you don't have this firm faith, so your bhakti is actually not stable. So then are the two kinds of Shraddha. One, following Vidhi Marga. Then there is another Shraddha called Raganuga Shraddha. So this Shraddha, so this Shraddha can make you think to prema. But so who is a Vaishnava? The question, who is a Vaishnava? What is the symptom of a Vaishnava? Rupa Goswami Pada, in Upanishad he described all this. Especially if you analyze the conception of Mahaprabhu, that Everything depends on how you do your Naam bhajan, how you are chanting holy names, how much nishtha you have in your holy names. Then you see this is like a symptom of a Vaishnava. We see this in an ordinary, general way. And if the person has authentic Shraddha, this unflinching faith, what is authentic Shraddha? That Shraddha that faith who is never like broken or is always unflinching. We call unflinching faith, like so strong a faith. That Shraddha will never be destroyed. In happiness and unhappiness, you're always having so much faith, always. This Shraddha is called authentic Shraddha, unflinching faith. Like for example, Haridas Thakur, he was beaten in 22 markets. So Haridas Thakur, he told what? Even if my body is cut into pieces, I'll never stop chanting holy names. How to have this strong nishtha, strong steadiness and faith in the holy names, loyalty to holy names. So Acharyas explained that you come from Shraddha, then sadhusanga, bhajana, kriyana, then until nishtha. This is kanishta adhikari stage, until nishtha. But when you come to ruchi, then you become madhyama adhikari, Vaishnava. Please come, Maharaj, please come. Okay, so ruchi, nishtha, ashakti. When you come to ashakti, that time, then you come to the stage of uttama adhikari. Some acharyas also describe and explain that when you enter Bhava, then you are called uttama adhikari. Some symptoms of Bhava: never wasting time, always eager to speak Harikatha, so much affection to the pastime places, never waste any time. So this is the Uttam Bhagavat. So the first stage of the Uttam Bhagavat, the person who is in Bhava. Then in the next stage of the Uttam Bhava, the person is Uttam Bhakta. Sometimes he is crying, sometimes laughing, according to the leelas which manifest in his heart. This is Uttam Madhyam, but the Uttam is always absorbed in the Ashtakaliya Lila, always immersed in Ashtakaliya Lila. This is the highest stage. So who is a Vaishnava? What is called a Vaishnava? Grihito Vishnu, the person who is initiated into the Vishnu mantras, worship Vishnu. That person who serves Vishnu, having taken Diksha, that person is called Vaishnava. But Mahaprabhu told what? If you chant one time in the name of Krishna, you are a Vaishnava. If once you chant holy names, you are a Vaishnava. Okay, but everybody is chanting holy names. Then Mahaprabhu told this, and then actually he told, what is one name you must chant? Is the one pure name, Suddha Naam. This one name must be pure, so that you are considered a Vaishnava. Because the pure holy names manifest many things from it, like so many things come with the pure holy names. If you want to really enter your spiritual life, first you must follow the Shuddha Sadachar, the pure behavior of the Vaishnavas. So you must follow the four principles, and then like you have to check what are you eating, what do you eat. Like you have to be vegetarian, and should always be pure. There's four principles because they are you have to be far from the four places of Kali. Like for example, not gambling, don't gamble, don't drink alcohol and other intoxicants, not even chai, you should not drink. Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada said that black tea, you should not even take the black tea, or pan, all this, intoxicants. Some people thought, when Prabhupada told this, some persons told Prabhupada, at least accept the chai and pan, then you'd get so much thousands of disciples. But Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada said, no need this kind of people. No need. Just explains. So to associate illegally with the ladies, to do bad things, to associate with a woman we are not married to. This is also sin. And to kill living entities. Suna means himsa, violence, killing animals. So this is actually Suddha sadachar, pure behavior. But actually this has nothing to do with bhakti, because bhakti really starts when? When we following these principles and this Suddha sadachar, pure behavior, then you serve Guru Vaishnavas. Then this is bhakti. Bhakti actually means to serve. Seva vritti. This is bhakti. This is bhakti. So we give up all the designations, sarvopadi vinirmuktam, like identities, different identities and conceptions about yourself. And with your transcendental senses, you also serve God who is transcendental. This is bhakti. Actually, we cannot serve with our material senses. You cannot serve. If we're serving, it's just like a semblance of service. What did I say? Seva abhasa means we are just doing the semblance of service. What is abhasa? Means indication or like semblance. Like for example, this sun always rises in the east direction, isn't it? But even in evening time, how can you know which direction is the east? We have to wait until morning. In time of Brahma Muhurta. 1 hour 36 minutes before the sunrise, what will happen in the Brahma Muhurta? The east will be like illuminated a bit. Actually, it's not, sun is not rising yet, hasn't risen, but you'll see some light in the east direction. And then? For what? So, the sun has not risen yet.
Haridas Manjari, can you please check Russian page is live or not? Haridas. Haridas Manjari.
So you're not chanting pure holy names yet.
Can you please check Russian page is live or not?
Another Pradhan is asking to check the Russian translation. Okay, so you don't have even samband again. Maybe you have not bona fide Guru yet. And another point, but you have no offense in the. This is called, if you chant in this circumstance, you're chanting Naam abhasa, semblance of holy names. So no offense, no knowledge of relationship. Generally we chant Nama aparad, Sada Nama barada, Kabu Nama abhasa. Always we chant Nama aparad. Sometimes Nama abhasa, semblance of holy names. So what is the mean? Generally we chant Nama aparad always. So there are 10 kinds of Nama aparad. Satam Ninda, criticize sadhus, to think that Shiva and Krishna are like Krishna is equal to Krishna. Dishonor the Guru. So if you chant holy names without offense, okay. But still you have no samband again arising in your heart, the knowledge of relationship. So if you chant in this stage, your holy names is called Nama abhasa. But when do you chant Suddha Naam, the pure holy names? Pure holy names is when you don't have offense, aparat, and at the same time you also don't have samband again. You have no offense, but you have samband again. Then you chant Suddha Naam. Okay, no offense and yes, samband again. So then you chant Suddha Naam. Give me some water. Okay. So you can chant holy names, and the holy names they have rasa jukta, like there's a way of chanting. process of chanting. Like Rupa Goswami told, Tanam Rupa Charitadi. I have to chant holy names. Think about the form, pastimes, glories, and names of God. But which names? Everybody chants holy names. There is a process of chanting. While chanting, you should chant the sweet names, Madhur Naam. God has two kinds of names. Many conceptions about these things. Okay, one is Gauna name, secondary name, and another Mukha Naam, primary name. For example, Gauna Naam, secondary name of God, Paramatma, Ishwara, Brahma, Hari, Jagat, Palak, Jagannatha, Jagadish. These are secondary names. Mukha Naam, primary name, Ram, Krishna, Hari, Gobindo. These are all Mukha Naam, primary names of God. Like for example, Allah, Brahma, this is all secondary name. Allah also, Allah. So Mukha Naam, then Mukha Naam also is divided into two categories of Mukha Naam, primary names of God. Aishwarya Naam, opulent mood's name, and Madhurya Naam, names with sweetness. Like for example, Narayana is opulent, Darkadish, Vishnu, all these names. But even the name of Vishnu depends on your Bhava when you say these names. For example, Shastra explains that the name of Lord is Vishnu. You know this sloka, Idamcha Vishnu, from the Rasa Lila verse. But Vishnu means that person who is everywhere. He who is everywhere, he is called Vishnu. The name of Krishna is Vishnu. When you say Vishnu, for example, when Krishna is in the Rasa Lila, Krishna is so quickly dancing with all the gopis. He's going from one gopi to another. He's dancing with one gopi from another. All the gopis think, Krishna, he's dancing only with me. Because Krishna is dancing so quick from one gopi going to another gopi. That's why Shukadeva Goswami, he told this verse, Idamcha Vishnu, calling Krishna as Vishnu. This is like everywhere in the Rasa Lila. So if you call Vishnu everywhere, you cannot say that always Vishnu means opulent mood. You know, Narayana also. Like Gurudeva gave me the name Narayana. Means the Narayana of 4 arms? No, not necessarily, understand? Narayana also has sweet moods meaning, because actually the name of Narayana can have many meanings. Narayana means everybody takes shelter of him. He gives shelter to everyone. He's called Narayana. He's a shelter for all. Also means all the gopis, they serve Krishna. That's why his name is Narayana also, another meaning. So another meaning also for Narayana is that the gopis serve him. Many times in the Shastras, the gopis called Krishna as Narayana. It's not that like when you say Narayana, you're only speaking about Aishwarya-Bhakti and like this. No. Like Lakshmi Narayana. So there are two kinds of names, two kinds of Mukhya Naam, primary names, Aishwarya Jukta and Madhurya Jukta, with opulence and with sweetness. So the Madhurya Jukta, they are very special. For example, like for example, this name Radha Raman. This is Madhurya Jukta Naam, very sweet names. That person who is enjoying Srimati Radhika, so he's called Radha Raman. That person who is always doing pastimes with Srimati Radhika. So Rupa Goswami says, In the rasa, in the kunjas, when Krishna is doing pastimes, amorous pastimes with the gopis, when Krishna is enjoying with Srimati Radhika, what is Raman? Raman is to do amorous pastimes. This is Raman. So that's why his name is Radha Raman. Okay, ShyamaSundar. What is ShyamaSundar? Why Krishna is called ShyamaSundar? ShyamaSundar means Shyam means he who only is under the guidance of Srimati Radhika. He is called Shyam. Like one of the names of Radha is Shyama. You know, like that song. Radhe Shyama Shyama Shyam. So Shyam means, our acharyas explain, they say that from her mouth, so many kinds of, so many flowers blossom only from, like her breath is like the smell of many flowers blossoming, okay? And many bumblebees are always humming around her. So her mouth has a fragrance just like many flowers blossoming. So many bees also always humming around her. When she touches the earth, the soil, all the obstacles, they go away. Which kinds of obstacles? These obstacles for the gopis to meet Krishna, they all disappear. All the obstacles for meeting with Krishna. And his chest, her breasts are so beautiful. So meanings, confidential and deep meanings are there. Another thing, Shyam also means to control someone. Therefore, rules to control someone. Sham dan danda bhed. Sam dam danda bhed. Sam danda bhed, like 4 ways to control someone. Sam, first you try with sweet words to control that person. Dam means you offer money. Okay, sam dam. Danda, please come, please come. Danda means to chastise the person. 4th, bed, like if that person likes someone, then you try to separate them, like divide and rule. Divide and rule, you know that, like the politics strategy. So when the sadhaka is chanting holy names, all these conceptions are there. For example, if you say the name Rasa Bihari, means Krishna who is doing pastimes in the Rasa dance. So to chant these sweet names and remembering these pastimes, you should engage your tongue and mind, and you should stay in Vraj. And you should get these bhavas, like absorbing these bhavas. Everybody chants holy names, but how to chant holy names our acharyas had shown. The more you chant sweet holy names, so then this level of the Vaishnavas are there. Depending on these names that the Vaishnavas chant, then you see the level of the Vaishnavas.
आप तो है ना भी
मैं आपने दो बतलाई ऐश्वर्य और
सखा सबका संबंध होता है वो उसी कहीं की जो है शास्त्र में जो है मुख में भी उसके लिए और जहाँ पर मत्स्य में
So when there is some name which has a relationship of the friendships of friends of Krishna, then it's like sweet names, and also one is related to Vatsalya.How, or like the mode of some names that relates to the Leelas of Krishna and the Gopis, sweetness pastimes. These are all Mukhya names, like primary names, like Rasbihari, Mukhya names. Like Jashoda Nandan is a Vatsalya name, like name of Vatsalya. This is also one of the primary names of God. Another one like this name is related to Krishna and his friends. Subal Sak? Subal Sak, I mean? Like Subal Krishna. All these names. So the way to chant holy names. Process of chanting. So the names that relate to the pastimes of Radha and Krishna together. Like the name Govinda. Many meanings of Govinda. When you say Govinda, you cannot say that only means one thing, like Govinda can refer like Go means senses and Vinda gives bliss. So like relates to Madhurya. Also like Krishna gives bliss to the gopis. So that's why he's called Govinda. Many meanings of Govinda. So like the same name can also have different modes. Sometimes Sakya, Vatsalya or Madhurya. So one bhajan is Swara Sikhi Upasana and another mantra mayi upasana, like how to make your worship, your absorption. I tell you, for example, you are chanting the name of Krishna, the Gopal mantra, the Krishna mantra, Gopal mantra. There are three names in the Gopal mantra, right? Krishna, Govinda and Gopijana Vallabh. And this word Krishna, this name Krishna relates to Sakya Bhava. So all these names of Krishna. You can take my this now. I'm not using this. So the name of Govinda is in Vatsalya. So it doesn't depend necessarily on the name, but in which mode the name is being chanted. But when you say Gopijana Vallabh, then this shows the highest mode of Madhurya, sweetness. Gopi has two meanings. Radha is also called Gopi, Srimati Radhika. Sometimes Jashoda is also called Gopi, can also be called Gopi. Vallabha means controlled by love. So this is a very sweet name, Gopijana Vallabh. this has kanta bhava, means paramour mood, shringarasa. So many analyses and conceptions. So sambhandanaatmika bhakti, another one, kamatmika bhakti. Sambhandanaatmika bhakti is divided in two. One is the relationship like in Dwaraka. In Dwaraka, they have the relationship with Krishna like the queens. They have the relationship with Krishna. This is called sambhandanaatmika. In Braj, Subal they have the relationship of friendship sakaras. So two kinds of sambhandanaatmika I told. So the relationship between husband and wife, Krishna and the queens of Dwaraka, this is sambhandanaatmika. This is Swakya mood. And also in Vrindavana, sambhandanaatmika, when you say sambhandanaatmika in Braj, it refers to the mood of the friends of Krishna. They have relationship, Krishna is my friend. And also Vatsalya Bhav, meaning like they think Krishna is their son. Then another kind is kamatmika, means the prema of the gopis towards Krishna. They have this prema called kamatmika. Kamatmika also is divided into two, further two. One is sambhog iccha mayi, mean desire to meet Krishna independently. What did I say? So kamatmika bhakti divides into two. One, sambhog iccha mayi, you want to meet independently with Krishna. Like Lalita, for example, when you go to Nandagaon, Lalita Kunda. So this is kamatmika, but Lalita and the Ashtasakis, they meet independently with Krishna. And another one is Tatat Bhaviccha Mayi, means under the guidance of Shrimati Radhika only. These gopis, they see Shrimati Radhika as their life and soul, and they never ever leave Shrimati Radhika. And they don't have this loyalty towards Krishna. Don't have loyalty towards Krishna. So they have this loyalty to Shrimati Radhika. Three kinds of loyalties. Nishta, or steadiness, you can translate. Okay, some is Krishna Nishta, loyalty towards Krishna. Other gopis, they have loyalty in both, Radha and Krishna together. And some gopis, they have loyalty in only Shrimati Radhika alone. So only one loyalty. Many conceptions also about this. Ekras, Bahuras, all these conceptions are there, I mean these topics. So like I told, who has Nishta in Krishna, loyalty in Krishna? Gopis like Vrinda, Bendarika, the Nishta, they are called Krishna Paksha Nishta gopis. Ubhaya Paksha, they have loyalty both in Radha and Krishna. Ubhaya Paksha. So who are in this, for example, Lalita, Vishaka and Aitsakis. Ubhaya Nishta. Third kind, the Nishta of the loyalty of the Manjaris, is in only Shrimati Radhika. Radha is my mistress. I'm her servant, life after life. Please give me birth in Vrindavan. Wherever Shrimati Radhika is, wherever she is, I can go for her. But Shrimati Radhika could never go to Mathura and Dwarka. But we see that three moods of Radha. Vrishabhanu, Nandini, Shrimati Radhika. She never leaves Vrindavan to go anywhere. Just like Krishna also. He never leaves Vrindavan to go anywhere. I don't give a step out of Vrindavan, Krishna says. Krishna doesn't leave Vrindavan. So in the same way, Vrishabhanu, Nandini, Shrimati Radhika. She never leaves Vrindavan to go anywhere. She does not leave Vrindavan. She doesn't leave Vrindavan. So she's always there, sometimes visible, sometimes invisible. She has two manifestations, Samyogini and another Biyogini, also called Kama and Bhama. So Samyogini Radha, she went to Kurukshetra. When Krishna, in the time of solar eclipses, Krishna went to Kurukshetra to take a bath in the Samanta Panchak, this place. Shrimati Radhika came with all the Brajavasis also there. Like in Srimad Bhagavatam we see the Kurukshetra Milan Katha. So this Radha which went to Kurukshetra was Samyogini. The Vyogini Radha, she was staying in the Udhab Kyari, that place, feeling separation, feeling so much viraha bhava. And Shabhananandini Srimati Radhika, she's always making love pastime with Krishna. And the specialty of the Bhava of the Manjaris is wherever the Srimati Radhika is, they are with her. So whenever Srimati Radhika meets with Krishna, all these things of Srimati Radhika, whatever she feels, and what happens to Srimati Radhika reflects in the Manjaris. This is called Tat Tat Bhava Ichami. So they have Bhava Ullas Roti, the mood of the Manjaris. What? Sorry? Yeah. In the Ashtakaliya Lila, you can remember all these pastimes. Like Srila Raghunatha Das Goswami, he showed in his book Vilapkushamanjali. Doing bhajan slowly, when you become absorbed in bhav, then what do you see? Raghunatha Das Goswami, he was not thinking he was Raghunatha Das Goswami. He was thinking, I am Rati Manjari. He was thinking about his Swarupa. He was having realization of his Swarupa. And what was he saying? That in this confidential kunja, Nibrita Nikunja, the divine couple, they were together having amorous pastimes. Srimati Radhika was tired. And Srimati Radhika, she was on the lap of Krishna. She was like taking rest in the lap of Krishna. And then Krishna was caressing the hair of Srimati Radhika. And the head of Srimati Radhika was like bending on the arm of, leaning in the shoulder of Krishna. And at this moment, the 2 feet of Srimati Radhika were like in front, standing in front, outstretched. And the main servant of Srimati Radhika is Rupa Manjari. So, seeing this scene, some spurti, some vision of some mood came to Raghunatha Das Goswami. So, all these bhavas manifested in his heart, bhava spurti. And then, what he was praying in this loka, Hey Rupa Manjari, will you give me this service? Will also give me the opportunity to serve like this, like to massage the feet of Srimati Radhika in this scene. So the gopis, the Manjaris, they don't meet Krishna independently, but sometimes Krishna, he's like harassing these gopis, and like Krishna tries to bothering them, like hitting on them, but they don't. Well, Krishna tries to attract them to stay with him, but they don't. And Srimati Radhika, sometimes she tests them to see if they're really Manjaris. So you must make some exam to be a Manjari. Gurudev used to say, you have to sit in the examination hall. If you pass the examination, then you can go, otherwise not. Just like a new sake came, suppose. Like there are 5 kinds of sakis: sake, nitya sake, prana sake, preshta sake, prana preshta sake. So, except for the sake and nitya sake, both kinds, nitya sake and prana sake, they are the Manjaris. The number 2 and number 3 of the sakis, they are the Manjaris. So they have iccha kanishta, one-pointed loyalty to Srimati Radhika. Radhe kanishta. Not even the dream they think about anything else other than Srimati Radhika, not even in dream. They don't think about anything else. What do we dream about? What we saw during our day. So when Krishna touched the body of Srimati Radhika, this symbol, signs of Krishna touching Srimati Radhika, this automatically, spontaneously reflects in the Manjaris. Like suppose Krishna is embracing Srimati Radhika or kissing her. When Krishna embraces and kisses Srimati Radhika, all these effects in the body, this also comes in the body of the Manjaris. That's why in Vilapa Kusumanjari, Raghunatha Das Goswami, in the first sloka of Vilapa Kusumanjari, Raghunatha Das spoke about this. Hey Rupa Manjari, you are such a chaste lady in Vraj. You not even see to look at any other man. You will call asurjam paschat. Means that the woman so chaste that she doesn't even see the sunlight. She's always covering the face with a veil. Covering the face with a veil. So she doesn't ought to look to another man, of course not. So, hey, you don't even see to any other man except your husband. But I know that for 2 or 3 days already, your husband is out, like he's traveling somewhere, and you're alone in the house. So, but I see in your lips some mark of like a bite, some bite made by some teeth. Like how to say this? Bite. So Rati Manjari is joking with Rupa Manjari, saying, I know that your lips, they are so reddish, and because of this, they look like bimba fruit, or just like the pomegranate seeds, very reddish. So I think maybe some special, parrot bit your lips, thinking it was a bimba fruit. So this is like jokingly she's saying parihas joke, Madhurya parihas, sweet jokes. It's a sweet joke. Okay, Shukapunga Vena, actually this parrot means Krishna himself. Means Krishna embraces Srimati Radhika and is with her and kisses her. So all these effects in the body of Srimati Radhika also reflects in the bodies of the Manjaris. But Rati Manjari is talking about Rupa Manjari, but Rati Manjari she also is having the same in her body. But she's not pointing out her own marks in her body. She's pointing out the marks in the body of Rupa Manjari. So that Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada told one story about this. Like you also ate the jackfruit, like basically translation. Did you also eat the jackfruit? Okay, so one person from English person was working here, and then he was retiring, and then he was going back to England later because they retired. So that's why Paranguru Maharaj used to sit under the jackfruit tree, because some jackfruit so sweet, also so tasty. And Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada used to tell this story. What happened? So he was the day of the farewell, like he was about to come back to England. In Bengal, no? He was leaving Bengal to go back to England. So it was the month of Ashar, so the jackfruit was very ripe and very sweet, and one friend gave him a jackfruit. So your saliva you could start to salivate when you see this jackfruit because so sweet like this. But this jackfruit, there's no in England any jackfruit because it's such a cold country. So this man working for the British government, this Englishman, he had a big beard and he didn't know how to eat jackfruit or anything because he didn't know how to eat the jackfruit. So he just opened and started eating, but the jackfruit has some kind of glue, like a white glue, and this white glue of the jackfruit became stuck like in his beard. How to say glued, like stuck in his. So he tried to put sabun, like soap, but then became even more like stuck, this glue in his beard. So how to go back to the office the last day, the farewell in the court, how to go? So it was already 10 a.m. He must go 11 to the office. So he called his Bengali friend. Oh, you gave me this beautiful jackfruit. I ate it. But what happened? Look at this glue in my beard. Okay, put some. I should put some oil. Why did you eat like this? You should have put some oil in your mouth. Okay, finish. What to do now? Okay, now you have shave everything. So he shaved his head and he shaved also his beard, and he came back to office. When he came to office, some Bengali person who his parents had expired died. Also, he came to the office because he had a case. And then this judgment told to this man who had shaved, oh, you also ate the jackfruit. Did you also eat the jackfruit? But that person had shaved not because of the jackfruit, just because his parents had died. That's why he had shaved. So Rati Manjari also, she has these marks in her lips, but she's not mentioning about herself. She's just pointing out the marks in the lips of Rupa Manjari. So Shrimat will test you. It's not so easy. In that transcendental world, to serve in the Manjari Bhava is not so easy. Sometimes Shrimati Radhika knowingly sends these sakis, the manjaris, in the garden, and Shrimati Radhika also tells to Krishna, oh, try to meet them alone there, like try to. Then Krishna starts speaking sweet words to them, and then Krishna tries to like hold them like this, and then the manjaris, they start calling out for Radha. Radha, you please protect me. And then Shrimati Radhika sees, oh yeah, they one point like this. But the manjaris go to Rasa Leela, he's asking. Shastra explains. Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote. All the manjaris, they are in the Rasa Leela, of course they are servants. Just like the person who is holding the umbrella for the king. When the king walks, who is walking behind the king? The servants holding the umbrella for him. You don't need to call the holder of the umbrella. Wherever the king goes, he goes behind, also following. So in the same way, the manjaris, they are always with Shrimati Radhika, just like a shadow of Shrimati Radhika. Wherever Shrimati Radhika is, there goes, they also go always. Just like when you go somewhere, your shadow also goes with you. Some people ask this kind of question. Oh, the manjaris are not in the Rasa Leela, but this is a wrong Siddhanta. Or Bhaktivinoda Thakur, in the book Bhagavat Archa, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhagavat Archa Marikima, sorry, Bhagavatam Artha Marichima. So he pointed out how the manjaris are in the Rasa Leela, and time's up. Gaur Pramanandi. Tomorrow I can bring. After tomorrow, tomorrow's a